Hi everyone, I'm Miss Romeo. It is very nice to virtually get to introduce myself. I am your student color and design 1 teacher. A little bit about myself before we get started. I have taught in Trenton, New Jersey, Hamilton, New Jersey, and I have also taught abroad in the Czech Republic. I'm an alumni of the College of New Jersey, and I am new to Voorhees, so I am very excited to get to start my journey at Voorhees. Right? So, we are going to learn about the elements and principles of design. So, every project we do will have at least one of each. We are going to learn about color theory. So, we're going to learn about color theory. We'll also learn about various art media. So for color and design, this can really be anything 2D. So thankfully, this class can give us a lot of flexibility with the materials we have, especially with being at home. So we can even paint with things around the house like coffee or tea. I've even used charcoal from my fireplace to draw with. Um, so really, as long as what we make in this class is 2-dimensional, um, materials are open. So I like to make my projects um, as material flexible as possible. So this way we can work with what we have at home. I also will always highlight a diverse artist that relates to the concept that's being taught. So diverse artists include artists of color, women artists, disabled artists, and artists in the LGBTQ community. Um, it's really important that students can see themselves as being an artist. While it is important to learn about Da Vinci and Van Gogh, it is also important to learn about the artists that we don't hear about as much. So I will try my best to include as many diverse artists in this class as possible. Right, so the lessons and units, we will explore media. So we are going to try out a lot of different drawing and 2-dimensional media and their techniques. So we will also probably do a digital work in this class as well. This way, I know every student has a Chromebook, so it shouldn't be too difficult to figure something out digitally that they can do. We're going to work with line. So, line, especially in art, has been used to express different emotion. It's been used to create interest. It's not just to render the contours or the outlines of a shape. Line can be its own element. That's why it's one of the elements and principles. We will also go over shape. So we will learn about different types of shapes, organic versus inorganic, how to balance them, and the difference between positive and negative shapes. We are also working on composition. So that is how to arrange the objects in our work and fill up the page. So color theory, how to choose, mix, and design with color in different media. And texture and pattern. So we will go over what implied versus real texture is, and we will create texture using patterns. Right, so for grading, I always have rubrics for my students for every project. And this essentially just says what criteria the student should be meeting for each project. And I grade them based on how well I feel the students did. So I did a pre-assessment still life with your students already. So this way I can assess where the students are starting. So this way I know what effort looks like to them and I can grade them accordingly. So projects are weighed depending on how extensive it is. So for example, the pre-assessment still life, that was 10 points and it was just a pass fail assignment. That's probably the smallest assignment we will have. And for example, our final, that's going to be 100 points, most likely. And all the projects in between will vary between there depending on how long it is. So I will always remind students of their due dates. I'll remind them at the start of the assignment and throughout the whole class. And everything in terms of the project, in terms of the grading, project weights, and the due dates, that is all going to be on Google Classroom. So it is really important that your students are checking Google Classroom every day. So the classroom norms, this is what I expect each student to meet every day. So they should be on time and ready to learn. That includes having the materials ready beforehand. I will always notify the students of what materials a lesson will need, so this way they can have them ready. Normally, if we weren't amidst a pandemic, I would have all the materials ready to go in the classroom. But since we are all virtual right now and a lot of students will stay virtual, they need to do that themselves and have the materials ready. So try your best. I always grade my students based on effort, not talent. I think as long as my student tries their best and puts in as much effort as possible, then their grade will reflect that. So treat everything and everyone you come into contact with respectfully. This is obviously true in the classroom where, you're going to be at school in a classroom. You want to make sure you're treating the classroom environment and the materials with respect. But virtually, you still want to treat your own materials with respect and your own house with respect. So, that also includes cleaning up after yourself. So I'm sure parents are all in agreement with this. It's very important to clean up after yourself, even if you are virtual. Be organized and stay on top of assignments. So, I want the students to know that I'm happy to help with them. I'm happy to help them be organized and stay on top of things for this class. We are doing projects. Most of the projects are just going to be worked on during class time. I don't normally assign homework for this class unless a student hasn't finished an assignment. Then I will email them, let them know when they should have the project into me by and what they can work on with me. And last is to have fun. So I know that your students have chose this class as an elective, and I want it to reflect what they're interested in, and I want them to make work that keeps them engaged and interested. Um, that is it for the classroom norms. So if you need to contact me, my email is jromeo@nhbweb.net. You can email me whenever you have a question. Just know that if it is later on in the evening, I might not get to it until the morning. I'll try to respond as quickly as possible. And my office hours are also from 1 to 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. So the office hours are for students if they want to ask me a question or if they want to come in and work on an assignment with me if they've missed a day. It's really for them to get the most out of virtual learning. So that so I will be in the Zoom meeting every day, 1 to 3 p.m. In case the students ever need anything, and the Zoom link has been put into the group their Google Classroom already. Right? That is it. So thank you all for coming to my virtual Zoom presentation, and I look forward to teaching your students this semester. Bye.